Hi, thanks for tuning in. It looks like you want to know a little bit more about stress and anxiety. I've got great news. I'm just reading the book Full Catastrophe Living, and it's an amazing metaphor that he says how you can watch stress. Um, and the writer John Kabat-Zinn says that stress in life is like the wind for sailors. We're never gonna manage to have no stress in life. It doesn't happen. And the sailors is not going to manage ever to have a sail without any wind in his life. It says, but if we learn how to use it and how to be aware of that stress or that anxiety in our body or in our mind, we can use it to understand ourselves and to understand how to overcome the future stress. And he does a great metaphor, and he says, if the sailor knows only how to sail in the sea when the wind is behind him, he will end up only where the winds will take him. So if you let the stress take you wherever the stress, if you just react and just you'll be pushed around from pillar to post, and you're never going to understand any of the causes, any of the reason, and how to overcome it. And many people do just that, unfortunately. They try to numb the pain with the worst things like alcohol and drugs and smoke, or even food, or they try to avoid it completely and then do something else, or deny it, or do shopaholic or alcoholic. They try to do stuff in abundance just not to have the stress. And on his book, John Kabat-Zinn is not just in many other writers when it comes to mindfulness. They say that if you learn how to bear the pain, to live with the pain, you'll be able to understand why you are in pain, why you are in stress, and you'll be the cause, and you'll find the cause of your stress, and you'll be in a better position to solve it. So the only person that knows where is your stress is only you. We can only guess. You go um, to coaches, to doctors, to physiotherapists, and then people have anxiety or stress or counseling, and it works when it's for the time that carries on, and sometimes it does work for long term. But if you find the cause of it yourself and you grow from it, you learn from it, and you're not going to learn it in 5 minutes. I mean, people sometimes do mindfulness for months on end, but you'll see the benefit as time goes by. It's whole thing is a journey. You're not going to see the benefit in one day. You're not going to see the benefit maybe in 2 days, in 5 days, and some programs run by 8 weeks. They just give you a flavor of how to start. And once you see a little bit the benefit, you see that there's so much depth in this practice, and there's so much benefit to come from it. I strongly recommend you have do some YouTube. There's plenty of meditation, mindfulness practices. There's plenty of things free on iTunes and everywhere. The other thing that I thought was so interesting and so powerful on the clinic that mindful based stress reduction they do is they do mindful eating, and this is so important for people that overeat or distract themselves with food, because they teach them, they go through a routine called mindful eating. So they take one resin or something else, what's fancy, and they just start eating it by analyzing it first. So the moment that you see it and then it's in your mouth, it might take like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then they use all the senses to see how it is, like to touch it, see the texture, how strong, how smooth, and then smell it, and then listen to the noise, and then sense it. And many people have reported that when they started doing that very regularly on their meals, They could see that the size portion got much smaller because they were tuning in the present moment of eating something and then feeling the taste and feeling the how it felt in the body, and then analyzing it or being in the present, and then having the next bite. And you can, in this way, without unconsciously, you start overeating. Because you stop overeating, because some people put 2 or 3 mouthful and then they try to digest that one, and then put the next one without their mouth being empty. But this one kind of lets you be there and take one thing at a time. And it's many people is that their portion and their sizes got small because of that. I strongly recommend it. I strongly recommend the book and the things that they preach. Um, thank you.